Welcome to the official Windows 8.1 channel, and this is lesson 2 of Windows 8.1 for beginners, a full course on how to use Windows 8.1 to get an expert. The first thing that greets you when you are on Windows 8 is the lock screen. When you turn on your computer, the first thing you see is this screen. My picture is different. It is customized to my liking, and later on in one of the lessons you'll actually learn how to customize it yourself. And it shows the basic information of date and time with your lock screen picture. If you have a touch screen or a touch device, one of the ways to actually move your lock screen or take it out of the way is to go touch your screen and swipe up on your device. So if you swipe up, you can move it upwards, and if you swipe down, you can bring it back. If you don't have a touch device, you can click anywhere on the screen with your mouse and you'll get into your user account login. Once you are on user account login, you will hopefully enter your password that you've given to your computer the first time that you've actually set it up. And most of the setups that you can do are with the Microsoft account. Most of the time they will ask you to create a Microsoft account. The best experience that you can have with Windows 8 is actually through a Microsoft account, as it will actually synchronize everything, and also it will enable an easy way to work with the Microsoft Store. Now in Windows 8.1, how do you go around your screen? That's the first things that people, when they look at the screen, they say, wow, what do I do? What's nice in Windows 8.1, they've added little helps that actually point to the corners and give you information on how it works. If you have a touch-enabled device, Windows 8.1 or Windows 8 actually has a something that's unusual for Windows users, is that the start screen, because this is the start screen, actually slides left and right. And that's something we're not used to. If you come from the past of Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows XP, you are used to scrolling up or down in web pages, for example. But moving left and right is really not natural in Windows, and so users need to get used to it a little bit. If you have a touch device, you can touch your screen and you can actually swipe left and right to get to your pages. That's one way with a touch device. Simply slide your screen left and right depending on what you want to do. You don't have a touch screen or touch device, you can use your mouse. If you move your mouse around, you notice that at the bottom I have this little bar that shows up, and you can actually click and hold the little slider here that moves your screen left and right in Windows 8.1. You can also have gestures on your touchpad if you're using a laptop computer. Most computers, most laptops that I've seen actually have touchpad enabled gestures. Meaning that, for example, if I go down with my camera on my computer and just go a little backwards, you see that my touchpad here has enabled, I can use two fingers and move left and right. So if you see me sliding my fingers with two fingers, and you look at my screen, I am sliding left or right. And in some instances, the same two fingers, you can slide up and down, and it does work on, for example, if you want to scroll in through web pages. This is something that's going to work really, really well. So go around and learn how to move around your screen. That's the first thing that you'll need to know to enjoy Windows 8. Learn the gestures on your touchpad. If you have a regular mouse, then you know that you can use the bottom slider to actually move left and right and click on the tiles. So your start screen is what is the beginning and what is basically your Windows 8 experience. What you see on the start screen is called tiles. These are either programs or apps that are installed on your computer. So remember that you have start screen. What you see there are tiles, and on the upper right side there's always an access to your user account, and if you click there you see that you can change your account picture, go to the lock screen, sign out of your account if you want to go into another account, for example. So this is your way around the start screen. Another thing that's on the start screen is what we call the charms bar. This is where everything happens with the different apps that you might be using, or if you need to go to settings or whatever you want to do, the charms bar is very important. How do you get it? If you slide from the right to the left, starting at the edge, the right edge of your screen, if you have a touch device, you will bring out the charms bar just by swiping from the edge of the screen to the left, and it will bring out what is called the charms bar, and we'll talk about the charms bar a little later on the lessons for beginners. If you don't have a touch device, how do you get to the charms bar? Well, it's simple. You simply take your mouse pointer, go into one of the corners on the right side of your screen. The upper corner or lower corner works. Just go there and then go down on the charms bar, and you'll see that it will show up and it's going to be there so that you can use it. It is an entry point to a lot of stuff on your computer. It is basically one of the most important places that you need to know that exists, the charms bar on the right side of your screen. If you have used different apps, another little screen information that you have on the left side is your running apps bar. If you have a touch device and swipe from left to right on the left side, you should see, if you have apps open, a little bar show up, and you'll see different apps. The more apps you've used, the more you'll see apps here. For example, if I click on my news app here, and then I want to get out there and go into Internet Explorer, and then I get out. If I go back to my charms bar on the left, my app bar on the left, you'll see the different apps that I've used are open, and we'll see how to navigate and go through that a little later on. So we have the running apps on the left, we have the charms bar on the right. If you have a mouse, the same is true about the left apps bar. Is simply to go into the corners and go a little down, and you'll see that the bar will show up. Now, some laptops have the touch enabled for these two bars. So on some computers, and not all, that is important. Some computers, if you swipe on the pad from the edge of the pad with two fingers, you might actually be able to get the charms bar from the right side and the app bar on the left side. But not all computers have that enabled, so you can use your mouse if you don't have a touch device for that. So that's going around for lesson 2. Learn how to go around. Learn how to bring out the charms bar on the right side. Remember the names. Learn to get your app bar on the left. If you can't take it out, one thing, a little word of caution, if you have no apps running, you won't be able to get this bar on the left side. So don't worry if it doesn't come up. There's a possibility that there's just no apps running and it won't show up at that time. And so learn how to move around your screen left and right, and remember that you are looking at tiles on that start screen. So if you want to follow these lessons, please subscribe to our channel. You'll be able to see our videos and you'll be notified every time we put new videos online. We'll try to put videos for these lessons every week. And if you have any comments, questions, please let us know. And we'll try to answer questions if possible. And hopefully you enjoy our series of videos on how to use Windows 8.1 for beginners. And that you'll come back to the official Windows 8 channel. Bye-bye.